What do I make for Sheffield? This place where I started over in Roby Street in Page Hall so many decades ago. I've made a vitrine which is about the welcome this university gives to people who are homeless.
The university has recently unveiled this piece of art by Edmund de Waal, who is an award-winning author and a famed ceramicist, but also an alumnus of the university. Much of the current discussion around migration and the so-called refugee crisis bombards us with images and headlines about what's happening. It comes very, very quickly, and it's sometimes hard to process what we're hearing and maybe what we should think about it. Part of the real power of de Waal's piece is that it invites us, it almost demands us to slow down, not just because of where it is and being different than that, but because it's behind this frosted glass. You have to work very hard. And I think that can be really important in getting us to reflect. And when we slow down and reflect in this way, it invites us to begin a discussion with those around us, to dialogue about what we see. And those sorts of conversations can be so valuable when we're talking about such a challenging and prominent social issue.
I think that we're very fortunate to have this gift from Edmund de Waal of this lovely, elegant, very evocative and poignant work about the experience of refugees. Both the desolation, the being away from home, the frigidity comes out in the poem, that sort of cold porcelain feel, but also the idea of homecoming, of when you come back, when you get where you're trying to go. And I think that really speaks to the University of Sheffield as a university that is a sanctuary for everybody, for anybody, from anywhere in the world.
I don't think the job of art, of artists, is to change the world. I think it is their job to critique and probe and trouble our understandings, our received understandings of the world. It is the job of powerful institutions like universities, however, to change the world and to be able to stand up and on a public stage state in unequivocal and clear terms what we stand for ethically and politically and what we are prepared to make sacrifices for. I think that the current grotesque crisis of refugees and exiles is precisely the kind of issue that this university should make an unequivocal stand about.
The university wants to be at the forefront of offering tangible solutions and initiatives and projects around the refugee crisis. And it's about engaging with every part of the human spirit. You've got academics who are putting together reports on social media phenomena. You've got the University of Sanctuary, which is about expressing the fact that within the city and within the region, we want this university to be a place of sanctuary. There's people working on scholarships, people working on scholarships for students, for academics. There's individuals who are collecting goods for refugees and asylum seekers. And now, through Edmund de Waal, one of our alumni, we now have a piece of art. And it's important that we involve art as well, because in the end we have to remember that this isn't just a question of charity, this isn't just a question of politics, it's also a question of human beings who want to fulfill the fullness of their lives, and that includes art, that includes culture, and that includes the reminder to all of us of our empathy and our ability to use whatever talents we have towards helping our fellow human beings.